Okay, guys. Okay. It is Old Man G here, live from Red Devil Studio. And thanks again for everyone that's joining us on Red Devil Studio. Oh, streams froze. What's going on? It should be working. I'm not sure what's happened to the stream. Can you hear me, guys? Sorry, didn't know there was this technical issue here. Let's see. Oh, I had a good stream at the start. Don't know what's gone on. Let's just. Still hearing the intro. Oh crap. Okay, but you can't hear me. That's the problem. Audio is Red Devil Weekly audio is working, but stream is buffering. Sorry guys, I had a good stream. Fuck. Something wrong with my internet before. Right, I'm in some. Right, if you hear me, I will. This person, and so I'll try one last time and have to restart the stream. I really don't. Well, wait. It looks like it's come back up. Can you guys hear me now? It says the stream status should be okay. It's good now, James. It's good. Okay, fine. Okay, thanks. I'm sorry, guys. I really don't know what happened there. Can anyone else confirm? It's fine at United. Okay, good. Okay, good. Sorry about that. I think I actually tried twice, and then the internet in my, which should be good. I paid quite a bit of it, went off a bit. It's fluctuating, so just keep me informed about how the stream is actually, so as we go along. So sorry about that. But let's get into the show. Let's get into the show right now. So just to recap, just for those who just didn't hear, and also because of the stream, this show was basically going to be about Manchester United. What we're going to do, approaching deadline day with only basically 6 days to go, because the transfer deadline closes on the 8th of August. But now, obviously, as you know, as we posted a video before, Manchester United have basically, well, the Telegraph and Sky Sports are carrying it that United have basically signed or agreed a fee with Leicester City of £85 million for Harry Maguire. And that changes things, I think. I think that really changes things. I think that's a very good signing. Look at our video before. Please like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Hit that notification button to get up to date with our latest news. But anyway, Harry Maguire. Let me think what you think, guys. Jamie and Ill United, if you can hear me, and Red Devil Weekly, if you're still there. Shout out to Red Devil Weekly. Can you still hear me? Do you think that 85 million is worth Harry Maguire? And for those who are watching, thank you for watching. Do you guys think 85 million is worth it? Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I don't know. But to be honest, we're in a situation where I think that with 6 days to go, we were desperate. We were desperate, guys. We were desperate, and I think that given the fact that Van Dijk left was sold to Liverpool. Sorry. Can everyone hear me? He was sold to Liverpool from Southampton for £75 million. The cost of a centre back, the value of a centre back, is shot up. there are not that many available solid centre backs available. Now, while I personally, and I still stand by this, I still probably don't think that he is worth 85 million. I do think that there is something to be said about having someone who, quite frankly, is better than Phil Jones and Chris Smalling. Let's be honest here. We Lindelof needs someone to be next to him, and we have someone who basically, at the very least, can partner Lindelof as a centre back. He's very good in the air in terms of Harry Maguire. I think that's something that we really, really missed last season. Ill United, Maguire's not 80 million player. Yes, I agree. Jamie says, look, 85 million is a lot, but that's how the market works now, especially because he's English. Less than no one desperate, so they tried to get the most amount of cash. Is definitely an upgrade. Yes, I agree. That was the point I was going to come across to Jamie, is that the reality is the nature of the market. He's Premier League proven exactly, and he's good in the end. He is, and I think that's one thing that I was about to say was that is that one of the things I noticed about watching United last season was that we were poor. We were very, 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 very poor in the air. We weren't really good at set pieces. We weren't really good at crosses. We didn't really take advantage of that. And I think that with Harry Maguire, we've now got another option. I remember particularly, I don't know if you guys watched it, watching England versus the Netherlands play. And Harry Maguire was winning balls against Van Dijk and De Ligt. Van Dijk, who's arguably the best centre-back in the world, and De Ligt, who obviously we were linked with, but's now gone to Juventus as also one of the best centre backs. So I think we've done a good deal. I think it does put a bit of pressure on him to perform. I think that can be problematic. So I hope that he comes from the transition. And obviously he was on Leicester. He was with Leicester City for their pre-season. Our pre-season is essentially finished. So it's going to take him time to gel into the squad. He needs to sort of gel into the squad. What I would say, though, as United has sort of said, is basically finding a good friend, thank God. Just think about it. With De Gea in goal, Lindelof and Maguire next to him, and then we have Shaw and Wan-Bissaka in the wings. Finally, we've got, like, what I would argue, a solid defence. Now, I would argue that Matic is still a liability. We still need to sign a midfield player. To be honest, I thought we need to sign two midfield players, a defensive midfielder to replace Matic and a holding midfielder to replace Herrera. But I don't think that's going to happen in 6 days, let alone a right winger. In an ideal world, United would have signed Pepe, Ndombele, Fernandes, and Maguire, and that would have been a great season. A great season. Yes, Jamie. Is there a risk to start him against Chelsea? I guess a better question would be, who would you play against Chelsea? Because Lindelof, obviously. So who pairs with him? From a preseason point of view, I would say I agree with you. But I wouldn't have Phil Jones anywhere near that team. So it probably would have to be Chris Smalling. And Chris Smalling, I think, is okay. I think there are better defenders than Chris Smalling. But Chris Smalling, I would argue, is our kind of third best defender type thing in terms of consistency. Because to be fair to Chris Smalling, and what I give him props over, let's say, Jones and Bailly, is that he remains fit. Smalling doesn't get injured. So when we have a centre-back crisis, he's there to step in. So he's not the best, but he does step in. He's a good backup. He's there, he's usually fit, he's a good backup. So I think against Chelsea, especially because I personally don't think that when I look at Chelsea, up front, they have Giroud and maybe Tammy Abraham. So I don't think from an attacking point of view, especially now that Hazard is gone, that especially away from home, that Chelsea are really going to be much of a threat to United. So you could throw Maguire in there. I don't know, but I think it's a bit too soon. But I just think that, to be honest, with Hazard gone, so long as we deal with Giroud and phase him out of the game. Because when they came to Old Trafford last season, they weren't that great. They were awful. But we were also awful. And that's the problem. And here's hoping we start well and we can hit them. That's basically a bit on Harry Maguire. If you want to just know a bit more, then obviously just go and look at our video that we posted earlier on Red Devil Studio. I didn't obviously the stream was going to take a different turn, but as I've said and I repeatedly said, we just got breaking news before the stream that Harry Maguire is essentially a transfer fee has been agreed in summary. Here's hoping we learn more about that as the time comes. Right, so let's talk about. Thanks again for everyone that's watching. Really appreciate it. Let's keep on sharing, and subscribing. Let's get more views. So we're going to talk about essentially what you guys expect. And feel free to post in the comments because, as it says in the title, the deadline day is approaching, guys. It's the 2nd of August. We've got 6 days, and so far United have been linked to. Well, they're linked to Maguire. Obviously, we've talked about him at length. They've been linked to Dybala now. They've been linked to Bruno Fernandes, obviously. And Milinkovic-Savic, though, talk about Milinkovic-Savic has sort of died down, gone, which sort of at least tells me that maybe the Milinkovic-Savic thing was all Portuguese-Italian paper talk. I don't know. So I better drink there. Throat's getting dry. Anyway, Omar Taylor saying, the man is worth every penny. He's at Leicester doing so good. He's a good team with good and great players around him. You'll see a better Harry Maguire. Fair play. Leicester City were very good last season. If I'm honest, I would have loved... If you look at Leicester City and the team, I would have loved to have poached not only Maguire, but Ndidi, and even who they signed, Yuri Tillemans. I would have loved those players at Manchester United. Because, just think... Maguire solved your centre-back problem, Ndidi your DM problem, and Yuri Tillemans your Herrera problem. Boom! That's it. That's actually us. That's business done. But unfortunately, it wasn't to be because our board. It's really as simple as that. I don't know what you can say really. Moving on. Like I said, with Maguire, we've been linked with these players. We've been linked with Dybala. We've been linked with Fernandes. So let me just briefly talk about Dybala. Guys, that's the heavy link. The Lukaku swap deal. Obviously, Lukaku wants to leave. Obviously, Juventus into the Italian team for some reason want Lukaku, which is fine. But it suits their type side of play. Both ex-Chelsea managers seem to desperately want Lukaku. Fair enough. He's happy with it. He's not been involved in our pre-season. The question then comes as to, do you think that, Dybala will want, because this is the thing, and I've been thinking about it a couple of days, and I might post a video, but well, this is more for the discussion here, guys, and let me know in the comments in the chat. Do you think if Dybala is going to come to United, he's going to be on high wages? Okay, the value of the players is the same, so we're not going to. I doubt we're going to pay a transfer fee for Dybala. We're not. We're just going to swap them with Lukaku. So the question then comes: do you think that Dybala will be worth the wages he'll be on? Because as rumours are suggesting that he wants at least £350,000 a week. Which essentially almost rivals David De Gea and Alexis Sanchez. I'm not sure whether he's worth that, if I'm honest. The other thing I think is, again, do you want another player that comes to United on high wages and there's a risk of a flop? I.e. Di Maria, i.e. Alexis Sanchez, players that came in, top quality players, South American, might I add, and they flopped. And how we offload him. The other thing as well is just the nature of the character is, do we really need more players Um, Jamie just said, I heard that Dybala wanted less than Luke Shaw, which is around 152, and don't remember the source. Oh, okay. Heron Coco said, pay Dybala 350 as a second striker. Bro, so I don't know. This is only my personal opinion, but I just think that when we talk about, I was actually going to start an issue with this video was the idea that Dybala was essentially a distraction, because I feel that there are other areas of the field that we need to strengthen that aren't Dybala. We needed to strengthen centre back. We have, hopefully. We need to strengthen DM. We needed to strengthen midfield. We need to strengthen right wing. Dybala is another big name luxury signing. Oh yes, of course, Ron. Yeah, he scored 22 goals in 17. Yeah, I've got no doubt about his ability. But all I'm saying is that, considering how much we're going to pay for him, and Jamie likewise, I agree with you, he's great with Pogba, but considering how much we're going to pay for him in wages, I just feel that we need to strengthen, and especially if we end up getting Dybala but not Fernandes, for example, it's like, okay, we've strengthened in centre back good, we've strengthened at right back good, but we really need to strengthen in defensive mid. We haven't replaced any of our midfielders. Herrera and Fellaini are left. We're left with essentially McTominay, Fred, Pogba, and this is assuming that Pogba isn't sold, because our transfer window closes. Our transfer window closes before the Liga window closes. Real Madrid could put an offer of 150 million. Pogba goes, and then we have a midfield of Fred, McTominay, and Pereira, with maybe Matic. I don't know. So I don't know. We'll see. We will see. We will see. But I just think that to spend that amount on a player in a position that we don't really need to fill, I'm not sure. But if he comes to United, I will back him and I hope that it goes well. But the risk obviously is that if he does flop, you now have Alexis Sanchez and Dybala both on ridiculously high wages, flopping, and just think about the discontent and the issues that would go on in the dressing room, which was what was rumoured to happen last season, because of it. So yeah, I think it's a watch this space. And with regards to Dybala, let me just quickly go to some of the comments. You guys talking about you're talking about the transfer fee, 50 million. You see United buying Longstaff from Maguire 50 million, or do you see us getting Fernandes? I think Longstaff. I think 50 million for Longstaff is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous for a player that's only played 5 to 7 senior league games for Newcastle. I think Mike Ashley is a money grabbing idiot. And no, I would 50 million for Longstaff is ridiculous, especially when Sporting basically said they would sell Fernandes for about 64 million. So, you've got a very good player in Fernandes. I say we get him. So McGinn, probably not. No. Jamie, yeah, I would not pay Dybala more than 250. Yeah, I agree. No more than 250. 350? No. Sorry. It's all up to Solskjaer to convince him that United are, and this is the unfortunate problem, that we missed out on Champions League football. And, I think if we'd gotten Champions League football, to be honest, we probably could have gotten the De Ligt for 65 million. Possibly even Pepe. I don't know whether we linked to Pepe in the first place. But, our options would have been maybe better. But there we go. Heron mentioned just about Bruno Fernandes, so I'll talk about Bruno Fernandes in a second. Just looking at your comments. Jamie, and what if Dybala flops and his wages are insane? We can't. Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing with Alexis Sanchez. We can't have 2 high-paid flops at our club. It just wouldn't work. It'd be bad for team morale, bad for United board, bad. So no, not a good idea. Whew, talking a lot. Okay. Next, So yeah, basically what's next? So Bruno Fernandes, guys. Bruno Fernandes. Okay. Um, we've been linked with Bruno Fernandes for most of the summer, and today it's basically been reported that essentially, um, Tottenham are now in this race. Tottenham are now in the race for Bruno Fernandes. And for me, if we're in a scenario now that Tottenham sign Ndombele, who have signed Ndombele, and Bruno Fernandes, they're two good, solid midfield players who United really should go for, or should have gone for in case of Ndombele. Yeah. I think that's bad. And I think that it shows where Tottenham are and it shows where we are. It also shows to me that even though we've signed Maguire, if Maguire is the only signing till the end of the transfer window, I still think it will be a bit of a struggle to get top four. We have a better chance now that we have we feel like our defense will be okay. But I just think that midfield is where that stuff happens. Midfield is where the engine is. And United's midfield over the last 2 seasons, Pogba notwithstanding, it's not been the best. The best midfield three has been Pogba, Herrera, and Matic. Herrera's gone. Matic has lost a lot of pace. And Pogba is inconsistent. Il United says, if Spurs get Bruno, I want to... Yeah. Apparently, according to the latest news, it's actually reported by, I think, the Express, which isn't particularly reliable, to be honest, and Sun, but essentially, Bruno Fernandes actually left training early to have words with his agent, have words to thrash out a deal with somebody. Now, the question comes, is it United or is it Spurs? Spurs have been quite quiet. United have been quite quiet. United have been heavily linked. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has obviously said we want to get 1 or 2 people, new faces in before the transfer window. So he says 1 or 2. If we weren't linked with at least 2 players, then maybe we could, to be honest, kill this Bruno Fernandes story. But because we are, I think that that we're still in for him. But like Il United said, I think it would be an absolute travesty if Spurs were to sign Bruno Fernandes for something like 62, 64 million. When we need a midfielder. We've got no guarantee that Pogba will stay after the transfer window closes. And so far, we've got essentially a mid-table midfield in McTominay, Fred, and Pereira. Now, they can come good. And to be fair, that midfield played against PSG in Paris 1. And we've got youth. So there's hope. But I feel like we really need experienced, solid midfield players, and I just think that United have got to go for Fernandes. They've got to. What? Heron's saying, "Damn Spurs! I'm seeing live feed. They're signing both Lo Celso and Bruno. Let me check that. I don't believe that. Are they really? Let me. Hang on, guys. Hang on. Let's check. Spurs, Bruno Fernandes. If that is true, then Manchester United to find... Yeah, okay. I don't see anything... There's not reports coming out officially yet. From what I can see... Yeah, not just yet. Okay, fine. Okay, when I see... certainly, the Telegraph or Sky Sports, anything announce it, then I will sort of see it. But No, but it's a possibility. Is the point? It is a big possibility that Spurs could hijack the deal, and I hope they don't. I really, really, really hope they don't. But you'll never know. You never know, guys. Um, just again as an into check for those who are watching. Thank you all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Follow us on Twitter at We Are United X. Really, really appreciate everyone that supports the channel so far. Hopefully getting closer to 800 subscribers and hopefully even close to 1,000 subscribers. So please share the video and help us on our journey to 1,000 subs. So anyway, back to the live show. So yeah, like I said, guys, we need to get Bruno Fernandes. We really, really do. And I think that if we do get him, if we have Bruno Fernandes and Maguire, as painful as it is, because it's been such a long transfer window, I think that at least, you could say it's been a decent transfer window. We bought we bought Maguire, Wan-Bissaka, and Bruno Fernandes. That there's at least a bit of strength there. We can work with that. I would probably drop Matic and put him as a on the bench and put Fred there as a DM, and already we look at least a bit more solid, I would say. Right. So yeah, that's Fernandes. I'll keep you posted with Bruno Fernandes. I'll obviously post videos, breaking news if anything changes. But so far, obviously, if you're just tuning into the stream, it is confirmed. Well, confirmed by the Telegraph and Sky Sports are carrying the news that United have obviously accepted an 85 million transfer fee with Leicester City. That is the show. That is what is going on. So here's hoping that we get an announcement in the medical in the next 48 hours. That should be the plan. Okay, so moving on. I'm on point 3. Point 4. Ed Woodward on the board. So one of the things that we talked about in the last live stream was, do you think that? Well, what do you think about Ed Woodward and the board? Because I just think that it's ridiculous that we constantly have to leave our transfer business to the last minute. And I also think that it is very, very... we're the biggest club in the world, second in terms of revenue generated. And I think I have seen no reason why we should just spend money. We make it. So it's not like City, the owners just pour money into the club, and PSG pour money into the club. We generate the revenue from fans. We have it in excess. So where's that money going? Why is that money going off to pay Glazer debts, to go into the pockets of Glazers, when it could be spent on? There's no reason why United could have been like, right, Pepe, unless he said no, there you go. There's 72 million. Right, there we go. We'll get we'll get these different players, unless obviously for Champions League reasons. But there's no reason from a financial point of view why United should struggle to sell players. There's not. And I think it's ridiculous that that United will continue to hang on to barter over 255 million when we're making hundreds of millions in profit. It's ridiculous. And I don't blame Ed Woodward in the sense that he's responsible to the Glazers, and if they hit the budget, then that's it. That's all you can do. But I do blame Ed in the sense that we should be getting a sporting director. He should be preparing at the very least to negotiate these deals earlier, rather than spending this short 3-month whatever window negotiating deals. We don't have time. So I just want to make a brief point about that, because we're now 30 minutes in the stream, and I think we've only got 10-15 minutes left, and I'm getting out of breath. But yeah. What I'm saying is basically that I just feel that we are a big club with a lot of money, and we shouldn't be ashamed to spend it. And Ollie, given how inexperienced he is, should be being backed. And the fact that he's not being backed just tells me that he might struggle this season. because all the other managers, bar probably Moyes, was backed. Yeah, United, Glazer, Vice United. Agree, definitely agree. But Van Gaal and even to some extent Mourinho were backed. Ollie, we need him to be backed. And yes, okay, if you could combine the spending, if we sign Harry Maguire and obviously up to you, you'd say that our spending has gone to about what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 140, 150 million. And people say, oh, Ollie spent loads of money. But let's be honest here. It's not because of the fact that we spent loads, it's more that those players were hyperinflated. We had no choice. So even though Ollie spent 150 million, I would not say that it means that he's actually been backed per se, because we just sold players at a hyperinflated price. But I'll leave that there, the Glazers. Keep on commenting, guys. We'll continue to read your comments. Makes it interactive. Thanks for all those again that are watching. Really appreciate it. We're trying to do more of these live streams. There's a lot more planned as we get closer and closer to the start of the season. Right, next. So, where will United finish? That's the next point of call. Where will United finish? So, sorry, guys. So, for those who are tuning in, next week we've got a real treat for you guys. Next week, Friday evening, just before obviously the Premier League season starts, we're getting a bunch of Premier League fans, Chelsea fans, Newcastle fans, Liverpool fans, Arsenal fans alike, and we're going to basically be doing our Premier League first match day prediction, table predictions, general expectation. It's going to be good. It's going to be good banter. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be hopefully a really good show. Hopefully about an hour long. So look forward to that, guys. Look forward to that. With that said, where do I feel that United will actually finish? Where do I think they'll finish? I think that if things are the way they are, assuming we sign Harry Maguire, at best 4th, at worst 5th or 6th. Because I think Harry Maguire, as I said, he makes us safe from a defensive point of view, and hopefully we won't concede them any goals. But I just feel that when you consider that City and Liverpool, where they are, you consider that Tottenham obviously have strengthened if they get of the goals they've got Dybala, and let alone if Tottenham get Bruno Fernandes. I just think that we would, if we just have that, we would just get in. And I'm only saying that it'll be difficult, is what I'm saying. And I'm only saying that because of the fact that Chelsea haven't signed anyone, can't. We don't know what Lampard will do. And Arsenal got Nicolas Pepe, but they haven't actually sorted out the defence. So, it will be a three-way battle again for 4th, I think, with assuming that Arsenal don't sign anyone else and United don't sign anyone else. Now, as you guys have mentioned in the comments, Jamie, 4th bait of the current team, Maguire. Yeah, I agree. United, if we get Bruno and Dybala, United will finish in 3rd place. Yeah, absolutely. I think if we get Bruno Fernandes, if we get Dybala, we've certainly got a good chance of finishing 3rd, 4th, maybe even 2nd, depending on how City and Liverpool do. Because I think that City, I actually don't think City will win a league this year. I think that if your centre-back pairing is the Porte in either Stones or Otamendi, I think they're going to concede a lot of goals. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, if we get Bruno and Dybala, get those deals done in the next 5 days. Spend. We had a 200 million budget. We spent 140. Spend the 70 million on getting Bruno Fernandes in. Do the swap deal to Dybala. Bada bing, bada boom, guys. We're sailing. We've got optimism going into the season. That would be epic. That would be awesome. Awesome. And I have a lot to say. Maybe even first. Well, you never know. I mean, to be honest, what I would say is that, I personally think that we should really focus on the league, improving our league form, and I would say that we should actually just. I wouldn't say for the Europa League is what I'm saying. For the Europa League, I think what we should do is we should play our youth in the Europa League. That'll be good enough. The youth are definitely good enough to be able to easily perform, certainly in the group stage of the Europa League. So I see no reason why we can't just let that be the case. I see no reason why we played Chong, we played Swansea, be in the group stage Europa League games. That leaves the main team to just focus on the Premier League. So unlike the top teams, that will be focusing on Champions League, we can use a first team that will be fresh, that can go hard every single week and cause them problems. So I think that's what we should do. Really, I don't see any benefit in really playing our first team in the group stage of the Europa League or the League Cup. Throw in our kids, your Greenwoods, Chong, Gomez, Twan CB, even Daniel James, Romero. That is enough. That is enough to do well on the Europa League group stage and League Cup. That is definitely enough, and with a bit of experience. But that's enough. That's enough, guys. Jamie, I think if we finish 4th or 5th and win Europa League, it's a good season. Yeah. I mean, I just think that I would like to see, why I talk about the league is just I would like to see progress from a league point of view. I would like us to progress. We finished 6th. I'd like us to obviously move up the table to show that there's progress. If we finish 5th with Europa League, Champions League, great. Yeah, I don't want to go out in Europa League. Yeah, if we're going to win Europa, it should be easy. I feel like it should be, in an ideal world, I think that we should be comfortably in the top 4 with the Europa League, bada bing, bada boom, build on to next season to show progress. Ollie, Ollie. We should be chanting, Ollie's at the wheel. Tell me how good does it feel? That's what we should be chanting. That's what we should be chanting, guys. Okay, so moving on, because I've not got that long left, actually. Long show. Right, yeah. So, just almost in conclusion, guys. I'm just going to talk a bit about our upcoming videos, guys. Thanks again for those who are watching. A special shout out to Jamie, All United, Heron, guys who interacted in chat. Really, really appreciate it. And thanks for watching, guys. So yeah, basically, when we're talking about upcoming videos, these are just a few things, and just tell me if you guys are interested, because I'd really like some direct feedback on what you think the channel, what you think about the channel, what you want to see in the channel. So, like I said earlier, the first thing from upcoming videos, certainly live streams, is that with the Premier League season approaching, we're going to get Premier League fans, Red Devil Studio Live. That'll be next Friday. Book a date. Friday evening, hopefully around 7:30, 8 o'clock. We're going to have a round table. We're going to have Premier League fans discussing their opinions about the upcoming season, fixture predictions, etc. So that's going to be really, really good. Hopefully hour long plus, more time to discuss. So that should be really, really good, guys. Stay tuned for that. The second thing, guys, that we're planning is obviously we are going to be doing previews and reviews for games. So match previews for Chelsea. We'll hopefully do Thursday evenings. Won't be a live show, but we'll probably talk about what I've used the predicted starting 11, go into how we'll play, what the score will be, etc. Those videos aren't going to necessarily be excessively long, but it's just that we're going to be starting to do more match previews now. We probably won't be doing any press conference reactions anymore. I think I only really did it from the point of view of following on it pre-season, but I think we'll hold fire just because I think there's a lot of other stuff to do. But if he does say anything different, who knows? We might cover it. I don't know. But predominantly, match previews. That's what we're going to be doing. And then obviously match reviews. So post-match reactions, we're going to be having that. And obviously come Sunday, I'm actually going to Old Trafford myself. So the post-match reaction might be a bit late coming in. But we might be doing some videos and taking some pictures there, which would be good. But yeah, previews, post-match reactions, either on the Saturday or the Sunday, depending on when we obviously play games. So that's obviously coming soon as well. Lastly, in terms of videos, the last two, tell me what you think about Red Devil Battles. If you look in our playlists, there's two videos there just comparing United legends, which one's better, your thoughts and opinions, etc. So that's something that we're going to try and get back. Hope we'll do it once a month and see if people are interested in it. And then the other thing is, from a gaming point of view, for those who follow games, we'll be doing PES streams. So we'll be streaming United from Pro Evo and possibly FIFA, maybe career mode as soon as the 2020 games come in. That will hopefully be once or twice a week. I'm not sure yet as far as videos goes. So a lot of content coming in, a lot of stuff covering. The transfer window is closing, so you will not be seeing a lot of transfer news until the January transfer window opens. But there is stuff planned. It's just time, really. I have a busy life and work and stuff, and it's just a bit difficult to get on top of things. But hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get stuff. We'll get stuff done. We'll get stuff started. But I really want to thank you guys for the support of the channel. Really, really appreciate it. Yeah, thanks. So basically, to summarize, as we're about to quit the stream, breaking news again. Harry Maguire, transfer agreed, £85 million with Leicester City. Hopefully medical in the next 24 to 40 hours, and hopefully he'll be unveiled as a Manchester United player in due course. We're still linked with Dybala and Bruno Fernandes. With Dybala, swapped with Dybala, it being on Dybala to decide whether he wants to come. And unfortunately, in the case of Bruno Fernandes, Tottenham are now in the race. So will we get those transfers done? Who knows? Will Ed Woodward put his cash book out? Will the Glazers? Who knows? But the reality is that the transfer deadline day is coming. We've got 6 days. We've got 6 days to really, 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 put our foot into gear and get the transfers done. As Ilya said, if we get Bruno Fernandes and Dybala and we sign those deals in the next 6 days, then my goodness, we can't complain. It's been a brilliant transfer window. James, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Dybala, Bruno, 5. In such a short period of time, it's a great winner. And the only negative you could say is they haven't had time to gel. James, road to 1K. Thanks again. Yep, road to 1K. Please like, share, and subscribe, man. Please like, share, and subscribe. I know you already are, but man, we hopefully, I'd set a target by hopefully the end of August, maybe beginning of September. We can hopefully get to 1K and really just give you guys more stuff, give you guys more content. Thanks for listening again, guys. Really appreciate it. We'll hopefully do more of these live streams. Have a nice evening, guys, and cheers.